If you were somebody who loved you, what would you say to yourself right now? How would you make sure that you felt loved, that you felt compassion so that you can be your most productive and your best self? Think about a child. Think about a young cheerleading team, a young football team. They make all kinds of mistakes. They're learning, they're growing. They don't always get it right. They get upset over silly things. So would you, as their coach, you as the person that they come to and they look up to for how to feel, your guide on how they should condemn themselves, how they should exalt themselves, would you really break that team down, or would you build them up? What kind of words would you say to those children? What kind of words would you say to those children? Would you be somebody who allows them to work through and grow through these things that they're feeling for the first time? I think you would. So if you would do that for somebody else, why can't we extend that kind of grace and that level of compassion for ourselves? Why is it that we're so stingy and so hard and so unforgiving when it comes to ourselves when we're just learning this life thing as well? We have no blueprint. It's okay not to get it right. And guess what? It's also not okay, or it's also okay to not get it right over and over and over again. Because you have to remember, you're not waking up saying, you know what, today I want to be the worst version of myself. Today I want to have a crappy day and that's going to make me feel amazing. That's not what you're saying. You want to have good days. You want to be productive. You want to go after your dreams. You want to go after your goals and any visions that you have. But because you're not meeting yourself with compassion and understanding and grace and nurturing, and I'm just envisioning a warm hug. If you're not hugging yourself, metaphorically speaking, when you're not reaching these heights, no wonder why you're not able to go as far as you'd like. So this video is a challenge. Is it a challenge to you? It's a challenge to everyone watching this. It's a challenge to myself, that when we aren't exactly where we want to be or doing what we think we should be, going as far as we think we should go, we're not going to pick ourselves apart. We're not going to ask ourselves, what is wrong with me and why can't I do this? And so many people are doing this and comparing ourselves and doing all these negative habits. How about for the first time, we really ask ourselves and we really lean in and say, you know what? Obviously, I'm not doing this because some sort of need isn't met. Maybe I'm burnt out. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe I'm fatigued. Maybe I'm not in the best mental space, the best emotional space, the best physical space. Maybe I have some people around me that's sucking some things out of me and sucking some of my powers from me to where I feel so depleted and I feel so fragile to where I can't even go after what I want. That sounds like meeting you with a little bit more understanding and compassion, because only from those things can we truly grow. That's what I found. I found that when I'm the hardest on myself and I'm the meanest to myself, or I'm whipping myself into shape, so to speak, it doesn't really have the same effect as when I'm compassionate and understanding, because that encourages me to come out a little bit more. That encourages me to want to do something different, because I don't want to stay the same. And I think for many of us, we don't. It's painful to stay the same. It's painful to not grow. It's painful not to be on your path and not to be listening to your calling. That's pain. That's real pain. So you're already going through that. And then in addition to, you're also going to be mean to yourself or be judgmental or be compassionate or be hard on yourself. That doesn't work. So like I said in the very beginning of this video, if you were a child, if you were somebody that you really, really loved, what would you tell them right now? What would you say to them? How would you speak to them? How would you meet them at this time? And I really want you to take that moment and reflect and ask yourself, like, wait, am I kind to myself? Am I even someone that I'd want to listen to? Am I someone that I would look up to? Am I someone that I would feel like I want to walk their footsteps? And if you're not, always remember that we can change those things, but we have to start with compassion for self. So I hope this video helps. If it did, make sure you subscribe and comment down below. I'll talk to you guys soon.